Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Scent Memories. Today marks a very special occasion, an anniversary for a dear friend of ours, and I thought the best way to celebrate that was to share with you all my favorite fragrance from that house. So, if you're curious to know more about that, stick around. So today marks a very special occasion. Today is the 9th birthday or 9th anniversary that Roja Dove opened his perfume shop or his store in Harrods, London. So before I go forward with the review, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much, Roja, for your amazing work in outstanding perfumery. You really have changed the world of perfumery as we know it. Congratulations, and I wish you the most success and many more years. So, with that being said, I thought the best way of sharing my congratulations was to talk about my absolute favorite fragrance from this house. There are so many compositions from the house of Roja Dove that I absolutely adore and love, and I stood in front of my fragrance collection for like 20 minutes trying to pick this one out, but I had to pick one. So I went with the one that I think is the most special, but also the one when I smell it, it just blows me away every single time. And this one is going to come from the Pour Homme collection, or the Pour Homme line in Roja Dove. And this is going to be none other than Creation E Pour Homme. So this is the Parfum concentration, or the Extrait concentration. This is a fragrance that was not love at first sniff for me. So I know a lot of people say that when they first smelled Creation E, they were blown away, and it was just like this thing that they couldn't even realize how perfume can be this good. For me, it wasn't the case. I went over to Bergdorf Goodman in New York City. For those of you who've been there before, you probably know Tom at the Roja Dove counter. So shout out to Tom if you're watching this. I talked with Tom for about 20-30 minutes. We chit-chatted about different things, but I eventually, I finally said to him, Tom, I've heard so much about Creation E. It's been overhyped. It's been so talked about. What's the deal? So we sprayed a sample on, and I smelled it, and I was just like, okay, I get it. It's nice. It's really well blended. It's I can smell the booziness and the different kind of notes going on there, but I didn't really get it. And then I brought a sample home with me. I sprayed it on every day for that week. I wore it for the whole week, and by the end of the week, I was blown away. It was just I was so smitten. I was so fallen in love with this particular composition. And the reason is because fragrances are just like people. Sometimes you don't just click with them right away. It takes a few times. You have to interact with them a few more times. You have to get to know them, and then they grow on you. With Creation E, that was just very much the case. So why do I love Creation E so much? Well, let's remind myself why I love it so much. Let's spray it on. Roja, you have the best sprayers, my friend. Just 1 second, guys. This is so otherworldly. This is so freaking phenomenal. What do you get with Creation E? Well, Creation E is all about the citruses, that bright citruses in the top, the bergamot and the neroli, and you get that. Roja is a master at creating bright citruses and citrus bouquets at the top of his fragrances. But with Creation E, that goes away pretty quickly, and what you're left with is this really sexy, very high quality cognac. If you've ever smelled expensive cognac, like high-end cognac, you know what I'm talking about. You don't get like the very boozy, you do get the booziness, but you don't get the very booziness from cognac. You get a very like extremely well blended note that is kind of mixed or intermingled with the cask that it's been distilled in. And that's just what you get with Creation E. You get that very high quality cognac. You get the vanilla, which it's not a very sweet vanilla, but it is sweet, and it helps balance out the overall booziness. And you get that really nice tobacco. And it's a sort of a sweet tobacco. I don't find it to be a very dry tobacco, and it really helps round out and I think accentuate the booziness in the vanilla. But what you also get is you get a ginger accord, which I think adds another element to this composition. It really helps give a sort of sharpness or another edge to the fragrance. And it is just it's so phenomenal. As it dries down completely after about an hour, I still get the cognac I very much get the vanilla, I get the tobacco, but I also get some benzoin and I get some patchouli in there, but it's faint and it's not overpowering. Really what I get is that very sexy cognac, tobacco, and vanilla. This is an Oriental, and you very much get that with this particular fragrance. It's extremely sexy. Longevity on me is really, really good. I get over 8 hours, between 8 and 10 hours on any given day, you know, given the kind of the weather outside. But what I love doing with this particular fragrance is I love balancing it out and layering it with the Parfum Cologne. So if you guys own the Parfum Cologne version, this came out last year, I think last year. Roja launched a new line of Parfum Colognes, and what I think is really awesome is that he created a brand new concentration in fragrances. That's amazing, right? And this is just like the Parfum version, but in a different direction. What Parfum Cologne is, if you don't know, it's the kind of the brightness of and the freshness of the eau de cologne, but the lasting power and lasting qualities of an eau de parfum. So you get the best of both worlds, I think. So I spray on one side of each neck. I put on the Parfum and the Parfum Cologne, and then, you know, so you get about 8 sprays total, and it really lasts much longer. I get over 12 hours after I do that, but it helps take the fragrance overall to another level, because I think layering both takes it to another stratosphere that each one by itself doesn't have the capability of doing so. So who should wear Creation E? Someone who's very confident, someone who's very assured of themselves. You know who you are, you know what you like. Someone who isn't afraid to make a statement, and that's very much what you do with Creation E. This makes a statement. Should you wear this in a casual setting? I don't think so. I think this is a very classy and a very sophisticated kind of a fragrance for that specific setting. You should wear it with a suit, a tuxedo, a nice blazer, or a nice shirt, something where you're going to be dressed up, because this is a very rich and expensive smelling fragrance. But that being said, guys, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. It's your money, it's your fragrance, so do as you please. Is this a unisex fragrance? I don't think so. I think this is more masculine leaning. He does have a pour femme version of this, which I think smells a little bit more feminine, and I think women can very much pull that one off, obviously. This retails for about $485, so you can pick that one up. You could find it in other locations besides Bergdorf. You can find it on Roja Dove's website, Ellen from Beverly Hills Perfumery, and other places like that. But this fragrance is in my opinion, a complete masterpiece. It is a masterpiece amongst masterpieces. Is this something you can wear all year round? I don't think so. I think this is a very fall-winter fragrance. I did wear this last year when I picked it up in the summertime, in the kind of a colder summer day or summer evening, and it was fine. But I wouldn't put this on at a very high heat. It just wouldn't do very well. So that is what I think about Creation E Pour Homme. It's one of my absolute favorites. So let me know, guys, down below in the comments if you own Creation E, and where does it sit in your overall fragrance collection of Roja Doves. Is it in the top, or is it in the middle, or the bottom? And if you don't own it, let me know if you're planning on getting your nose on this one. So if you haven't, guys, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified of any future videos and content. And as always, thank you so much, and take care of each other. Thanks, guys.